there and welcome to my channel, and today I am going to tell you why everything that you have ever known about astrology is fake and your sign as you know it is probably not what it is. I'm just joking. Let's get into this. So yesterday I received a message from my friend where she was kind of freaking out, and she sent me this little image that was published by this Facebook page. And apparently, according to this Facebook page, our zodiac signs have changed. We aren't the zodiac sign that we know that we are. So she sends me this screenshot and she's like, "Is this true?" Now, this is actually something that I have been aware of for years. This is something that I've noticed does pop out of the internet every couple of years, and whenever it does pop out of the internet, it causes quite the stir. People think that their zodiac sign is not the sign that they thought it was. However, in essence, what these posts are false information. Let me explain to you guys why. So before I get into this, I just want to let you guys know that the Lifestyle blog is not really an astrology organization. The Lifestyle blog is basically like one of those blogs that basically just shares all kinds of information that they find. So the Lifestyle blog does not actually specialize in astrology, and I'm pretty sure that the person who wrote this article has very, very limited knowledge in astrology. I usually advise people to not take information too seriously that comes from these like lifestyle blog kind of pages, because like I said, the people who write these articles don't specialize in astrology, and they basically only have like minimal knowledge in astrology, and what they write about is pretty much just what they Google and then they reword it and they make an article out of it. The reason I'm making this video is because I have a very, very big problem with false information being spread, and I just want to clear out to you guys what this whole 13 sign thing is all about. Okay, so firstly, the Lifestyle blog posted this article that says the following. NASA has announced a 13 astrological sign and it has changed everything. Are you who you thought you were? It's a common question. What's your star sign? Whether or not you put any weight into astrology, there is a part of your identity, be it minute or all-defining, that is linked to knowing your star sign. Your zodiac sign is based on the position of the sun in relation to particular constellations on the day you were born. The chart were created by the ancient astrologers who followed the 360-degree movement of the sun, dividing it into 12 equal 30-degree parts. Studying the link between the sun's motion and the placements of the constellations led to the creation of the 12 signs we know today. That was until NASA changed everything. In 2016, NASA identified a difference in the constellations from the established grouping of 12. At this time, they warned that this could have potential impact on the understanding of the zodiac. The sky has shifted because Earth's axis, the North Pole, does not point in quite the same direction, NASA posted, explaining the shift. The 13th constellation and star sign is called Ophiuchus and is represented by the symbol of the snake bearer. Those who are now under this new sign were previously under Sagittarius, as the new birth date boundaries are November 29 to December 17. If you are to believe the change, then there is also a domino effect on all other astrological signs. Most Capricorns are now Sagittarians, Aquarians are Capricorns, and so on. It has cast a shadow of doubt all over previously believed characteristics of each star sign, and zodiac fans are not impressed. Unhappy people are taking to Twitter to express their rage about the change. Many are refusing to adapt to the new change, while others are pointing out the huge implications that this could have. So as you guys can see, this article had very limited information. It was very, very brief. Now here I'm going to list my issues that I have with this specific article. Firstly, this article was published on July 16, 2020. However, according to the article, NASA discovered Ophiuchus in 2016. So now how come this lifestyle blog is basically 4 years later informing everybody about this change? Okay, so just to clear this out for you guys, NASA did not discover Ophiuchus in 2016. This Ophiuchus was already discovered thousands of years ago by the Babylonians. If you've actually been practicing astrology or you've been researching astrology, you would have known Ophiuchus has been there all along, and we have been aware of Ophiuchus all along. I don't really understand why all of a sudden NASA in 2016 discovered Ophiuchus. This is just complete false information. In this article, they also stated that NASA stated that this new discovery could have a potential shift or change on our understanding of the zodiac. One thing you do need to bear in mind is that NASA are astronomers, so NASA do not really have anything to do with astrology. So NASA can't really change astrology. NASA can't change the rules of astrology. Astrology is an ancient art form that was literally discovered thousands of years ago. I will explain more of this to you guys just now. So then after this lifestyle blog published this article stating that your zodiac sign has changed, the internet went wild. People went crazy. This post actually went viral and a lot of people were like,
oh my goodness, this has now changed my life entirely.
But then the thing is, a few days later, they published the following. Updates. We apologize to readers that this story contains some incorrect information. We have amended our story to reflect this. So if you go and read their amended story now, this is what it states. If you are an astrology or horoscope fan, you might have noticed everyone is talking about the big announcement from NASA. Apparently, the stars have shifted, and NASA has announced that there is a new star sign called Ophiuchus, which means that your sign of the zodiac may have changed, and now you have a different one. However, all is not as it appears, and astrologers are urging star signs fans not to panic, which is basically the opposite of what they said in their previous article, stating that it would completely change our understanding of the zodiac. Mystic Jane, Lifestyle's own astrologer, has set the record straight. Bless your soul, Mystic Jane. Bless your soul. Your zodiac sign is based on the position of the sun in relation to particular constellations on the day you were born. These signs are based on charts created by ancient astrologers. Ophiuchus has always been there, she explains. It's nothing new. It just wasn't selected as one of the 12 original signs by the ancient Babylonian astrologers. Basically, it was because 13 signs didn't fit nicely into the 12-month calendar they devised. She adds, when people say NASA has announced there's a new star sign, it's simply not true. To be honest, NASA has nothing to do with the ancient art of astrology. They're all about science. And NASA agrees. Here at NASA, we study astronomy, not astrology. We didn't change any zodiac signs. We just did the math. They wrote in an online statement back in 2016. They added further in the article, when the Babylonians first invented the 12 signs of the zodiac, a birthday between July 23 and August 23 meant being born under the constellation Leo. Now, 3,000 years later, the sky has shifted because Earth's axis, the North Pole, doesn't point in quite the same direction. But does this mean that there is any impact on the zodiac signs now that we are aware there's always been 13 according to the ancient experts? No, says Mystic Jane. Most astrologers use the 12 signs of the zodiac that have always been used, and I can't see it changing. We have always known about this extra sign, but we just stick to the traditional astro signs. However, if someone wanted to use the system of the 13 signs and the different dates, then you would just need to find an astrologer who reads that. So basically, just to clear this out for you guys, there are 88 official constellations that are recognized in the sky. Astrology was created by the Babylonians. The Babylonians created a 12-sign zodiac system. This 12-sign zodiac system is the astrology form that we know today. This is the ancient zodiac system that we have been following for thousands of years, and this is the ancient zodiac system that we know. Now, within the 88 constellation, there's the 12 major constellations, and the rest are known as minor constellations. The 12 major constellations are basically the constellations that are linked to the 12 zodiac signs. Now, in essence, if you think about it, there should be 88 zodiac signs because there's 88 constellations. However, This is not how the Babylonians created astrology. The Babylonians created astrology according to a 12-sign zodiac system. So like mentioned in this article, you are able to possibly find astrologers who do read the 13-sign zodiac, and they can possibly give you a reading based on this. But I do need to reiterate to you guys, astrology was created by the ancients. Astrology was created with a very, very specific method, a very specific technique in mind. If the ancients wanted to include the other constellations into the zodiac, they would have, but they didn't. A very similar analogy I can give to this is the Bible. The Bible was written the way it was written by the people it was written way back then. You can't really come with information that you found now and say, oh, look at this, the Bible is wrong, we need to change the Bible. Now, in essence, it's the same with astrology. You can't take something that has been created in its own form for what it is, and it works perfectly the way it was created, and that's why it was created that way, and try and change it into something else now. When you try and include additional constellations or additional signs, you are changing the ancient form for what it is. You're basically making it something completely different now. You're basically then making it a completely different and separate method of reading astrology. Now, like I said, you can read this way. There are ways that you can get good interpretations through the 13-sign zodiac. I've tried this, it didn't work for me. I just find that working with a 12-sign zodiac is the best. So in 1970, Stephen Schmidt advocated a 14-sign zodiac. This would include Ophiuchus as well as Cetus as new signs. So in 1970, there was a man who came up with this grand idea that there should be a 14-sign zodiac, not even 13 signs, 14 signs, and there was 2 additional signs that need to be included into the zodiac. One thing I need you guys to understand is people will continuously try to change astrology. They'll continuously try and disprove it. Now, my biggest issue with this article going around is why did they only come out with this information in 2020 if NASA supposedly released this information in 2016? Because they just wanted hits. They just wanted people to click on their article and read it so that they can, increase their reach or whatever the case may be. The person who published this article had no information about astrology. They didn't know that much about astrology. It's quite clear. However, this person was allowed to spread all this information about astrology that was false, and this actually reached thousands of people, and now thousands of people believe this. Whereas in the second article they released, they even stated that they gave false information. They gave the wrong information and they're clearing out the information now. What's even crazier to me is that in 2016, when NASA came out with the discovery of Ophiuchus, everybody was freaking out as well. They were like, oh my goodness, there's a 13th sign known as Ophiuchus. However, Ophiuchus has always been known. Astrologers have always known about Ophiuchus. Now, just because NASA is now all of a sudden releasing this information, now this information must be considered, now this information is relevant. But the thing is, this information has been out there years and years and years before NASA even released this information. Anyway, so the point of this video is just to let you guys know that you shouldn't trust and believe everything that you read on the internet. Astrology is still exactly as you know it, according to the 12-sign zodiac, and you should not worry, you should not freak out, and just continue with your life as normal. I hope this clears things out for you guys, and I hope this makes you guys understand why all this information is out there and why there's so much confusion around this. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see some more astrology content, subscribe to my channel. And if you have anything to add to what I've just said, please let me know in the comments. I've added the links to my social media in the description to this video, as well as my Patreon if you would like to become a patron of mine. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time.